How are you today? I am Izel Zayanya Chocho. Welcome to the 528 Movement channel, where I guide you and I teach you on how you can heal your mind, your body, and your spirit to heal the planet using the frequency, the vibration of love, which is 528. So today I want to talk about who are you? Who are you? Knowing who you are. So when I first started meditating, I would sit down and I would ask myself this question. And sometimes we think when I ask, so who are you? You may ask yourself, and people may say, oh, well, you may tell people, well, I am, and you say your name. But is that really who you are? Is the essence of who you are, is it really a name? Are you a name? Depends on what your name is and the meaning of your name. There may be some truth to that, but for the most part, the essence of who you are is not your name. And then sometimes we say, okay, well, who are you? Well, I have this body. I'm me. I'm this body. But is that really the essence of who you are? You have a body. You are not your body. All right, and sometimes we have titles. We have, okay, I'm a nurse, I'm a friend, I'm a woman. If you're a mother, I'm a mother. You have different titles. But is that who you are? Is that really who you are? The essence of you, is that who you are? And sometimes, it's been said, you are what you think. So we have these thoughts. We are thoughts. And I've even said, you are what you think. But am I really? I don't think so. I think that I have thoughts and I observe my thoughts. I am the one that's observing my thoughts. I am the one that knows that I'm having thoughts, but I'm not my thoughts. I am absolutely not my thoughts. So also, if you sometimes say to yourself, oh, I'm dumb, or oh, I'm not worthy, or I'm not smart enough, or I'm too this, or not enough of that. That's your ego. Your thoughts sometimes can be your ego. We have to really decipher which one's which, but don't be fooled into thinking that you are your thoughts, because sometimes we don't have the best thoughts. We have very negative, low vibrational thoughts, and that's not who we are. The essence of who we are is not our thoughts. So then who am I? And like I said, when I first started meditating, I would ask that question. And one day, just out of the blue, it came to me. I was in my living room and it just came to me. I just said, well, I am a human being, and I am connected to everything. I'm connected to the universe. I'm connected to everything in the universe. So I'm connected to everybody and everything. And I was like, you know what? I like that. I like that idea. I really, really like that. So I kind of went with that. And then, throughout the times, throughout my process of learning and experiencing life, I've come to, kind of understand what that means a little bit. I don't know everything, obviously. It's always a matter of learning and growing. But what it means is that I am basically energy. I am pure energy. Pure, pure, pure energy. And I've talked before, everything is energy, so therefore I am energy, right? And what is energy? Energy is this potential power. It's this power. This is really super important. And of course, we know some of the principles of energy. There's different types in physics. There's different types of energy. There's kinetic energy, which is energy in movement and motion. There's potential energy, which is energy that is stored. And then there's radiant energy, which is carried by light. The sun gives us energy. It's light. So I'm also light. I'm also light, and so are you. But more about the principles of energies, being that's who I am, is this energy. Then we really should look into understanding the principles of energy, understanding how energy works. And of course, we know that energy has certain principles. You can find these principles in any science, in physics and biology, chemistry, cosmology, quantum mechanics, and all the sciences. And energy follows a certain type of law. There's different laws. the first time when I realized, okay, I'm energy, and then it hit me the equation E equals MC squared, I thought, wow, that just describes the entire universe. It just, to me, it just says, you know what? Matter, all the matter that we see, and even the one we can't see, it's all energy. So energy is everything. And we're part of that. We're part of that collective energy, as I mentioned in my last video. We are a part of that. And that's just an amazing thing. It just goes to show you that we are all connected, and it's really cool. So when it comes to energy, we also know some of the principles of energy is that energy can be converted and transferred. So it can be converted into different things. So your thoughts are energy, and these thoughts can become things. So you're not your thoughts, but your thoughts can become things. And of course, we're constantly transferring energy. You know, when you meet someone, you say, hey, I like that person, they gave me a good vibe, or I didn't like that person, not a good vibe. The vibes just didn't match, the vibrations didn't align, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It is the way it is, right? So when you think about the principles of energy, you're transferring energy to other people as well, and not just to other people, but to plants and animals, which is really super cool. So it's not just other people. We're constantly doing this, and just to know that we are one and we're connected to all of this energy. And the energy of principle that states that energy cannot be created nor destroyed basically means that I am energy, I always have been, and I always will be. I'm eternal. I'm an eternal being, and that is super, super awesome. And I think intuitively we kind of know that because we all are striving to live. You know, we all want to live, and a lot of people are afraid of death, maybe because we don't know what's beyond that. But knowing that I am eternal, I don't fear death. I'm not afraid of death. I'm not, it's an experience, and I know that because energy is just transferred, so I will transfer in some way. I will transfer into a different form, and I'm not afraid to, to pass on this body, this physical body. So, who am I? Because everything is energy, and light is another form of energy. I am light, and I'm sure you've heard that term, that we are beings of light. We are light, and our bodies they work on light. Our bodies, I used to say our bodies are electrical, but it's more a magnetic field that provides that spark for our heart to work. It needs, that's why they call them electrolytes, that help your heart function, your heart pump. And if you don't have that spark, then your heart stops working and you die, or you pass on this world. So it's really important, there's this thing called Kirlian photography where they've taken pictures, for example, of a leaf, and the leaf, you could see in the picture, you could see the light that surrounded the leaf. It was just about that far away from it, but even when they cut a piece of the leaf off, you could actually see the light. It wasn't as powerful, but you could still see it. So that may be the reason why sometimes, people that have amputations, they can still feel their leg, and they feel the pain, and they feel a tingling sensation, and the pain is real. Like, they actually feel it. So, it kind of goes along with that, the aura that we all have. We all have this magnetic energy that surrounds us. Some people can actually see these auras. They're different colors, and sometimes, they're dark, sometimes they're bright, and sometimes they're different colors. So there is something to that. We are energy, and of course we are eternal. I'm an eternal soul. I am divine in nature. And of course, those people who do yoga, they know that namaste means I salute the divinity in me that is in you. So we are divine creatures. We are divine in nature. Our essence is divine. And that's super awesome. I absolutely love that. That makes me really happy to know that. And in a way, it builds kind of a purpose in my life. So I talked about the titles earlier, and say I am this, I am that, I am a nurse, and maybe someday I won't be a nurse, but, I am tired, I am smart, I am intelligent. All of these titles, the only thing that, if you take away the titles, the only thing that remains is I am. So I really, really love knowing this, because I am is the only thing constant. am, I always have been, and I always will. So that's why I keep saying I am eternal. I am an eternal being. And when we know who we are, we see the world differently. Our life begins to change. It's not as important as to what other people think about us. We don't take things so personally and so seriously. We don't get offended by somebody saying something that's their opinion or whatever. We tend to just say, you know what, I am whole and complete, and nothing can perturb that soul within me because it's whole and complete. And I'll just give you a quick example about a past experience where somebody hurt me, and I felt so hurt, and I remember specifically I woke up one morning and I just kept saying, you hurt me, you hurt me, how could you do that to me, you hurt me, it really hurts. And then I thought about it, and I thought, you know what, you're whole and complete. Nobody hurt you. They hurt your ego. They hurt your ego. They bruised your ego. You are not your ego. So stop it. Stop thinking that you were hurt. You experienced something, and deep down in your essence, I knew that I was whole and complete. And after that, from that moment on, I was able to move on with my life because I let it go. I let that energy that was like, you hurt me, you hurt me. It was my ego that was hurt. And the ego, it's just the ego, guys. It's just the ego. Don't be fooled into believing that you are those things. We have a choice. We have a choice. And I really do believe that when we know who we are, a lot of the problems in the world will just go away. They will just go away. They will disappear because when we all know who we are, it's like we can experience heaven here on earth, because we know who we are. And we're not afraid, we don't live our life in fear. We know that this isn't everything. There's more to it than this. And knowing, the laws of energy is that you just change form, guys. So the next time you feel like somebody hurt you, or you're not good enough, or somebody offended you, just remember who you are. Remember who you are and let it go. Just let it either pass through you, or let it just rub off of you, or slide right off of you. Letting it go, you're going to feel a sense of happiness, a sense of just being free. It will liberate you. Knowing this truth will definitely liberate you. It will liberate your spirit. Your soul is free. It is free. You were born free. As they say, liberty, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So life is pretty much the experience of your eternal nature. It is your soul basically experiencing itself through everything that you're living. Your soul is experiencing, and hopefully we're growing, and we're learning, and we're raising our vibration, and we're becoming more aware and in tune with who we are constantly on a daily basis. And so this liberty, it's the freedom to experience life as you see it. Of course, you don't want to harm anybody. You don't want to hurt anybody. You don't want to bend anybody else's will. We were born with free will. I mentioned that before in one of my first videos. We have free will, and beautiful souls, don't let anybody bend your will. Know what your will is. Know what you want. Know what you believe in. Know when the line has been crossed, and push back and say, no, that is going against my free will, and I cannot do that. And nobody should be asking you to do it, and nobody should force you to do it either. That's not how it works. That is a major violation of the laws of the universe, the principle of doing no harm. Once you start going that way, then there are consequences to that. So be aware that you do have free will, and you should not force your will on others, because they have free will as well, and you know that because you are connected to them. So knowing this truth can liberate and free your spirit. And when you know this, guys, you are free to experience life. And as we all are trying to just be happy, all we want to do is just be happy. Everything we do, everything that we aspire for is to be happy. We all want to be happy. Happiness is, like I said, it's just the way we experience our life. And happiness is bliss, guys. And what can possibly be better than bliss? What is better than bliss? Oh wait till you have an answer for that one. There's nothing. There's really nothing. There's nothing better than bliss. That is the ultimate. That is pretty much enlightenment. When you get to that point where you're happy and you're blissful, you're content, nothing bothers you. Things are like, oh, it just rolls right off of you. Oh, they said that. Oh, I don't really care. I don't care what they think. I know who I am. I know my worth. That doesn't bother me. And you're free. You have this freedom. You're liberating your soul, your spirit, because your soul is free. It was born free. It's that beauty. Your free will is powerful, so powerful, and it's your power tool. Really, it's what we should be using constantly to kind of gauge to see where we are, and if it's something that we really want, or if somebody forcing us. So it's important to know that. But I invite you guys, I invite you, beautiful souls, to sit quietly, focus on the air that you breathe, close your eyes, focus on the air that you breathe, and ask yourself, who am I? Who am I? And then, when you sit quietly and know who you are. All right, beautiful souls, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for holding space with me. I hold a space in my heart of gratitude, compassion, love, and kindness for you. Let's spread infinite love and gratitude all over the planet. All right, love you guys. We'll see you next time.